Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with the Four of Swords today. That's very kind of calm, very chill energy. Don't mind that at all. But let's see what's going on, because there is some confusion. Now, Capricorn, I gotta say right from the beginning, we got this air energy. Every Capricorn reading, it seems like we're trying to fight off some sort of interference from an air sign person, or from some kind of air energy is always getting in the mix with you, right? So let's see if maybe we're finally coming to terms with that, right? Maybe we're finally resolving this issue with this air energy. Let's see how it manifests today. Yeah, there's the 7. Oh, but it's really a celebration, right? We are resolving something, and it's really becoming something really, really amazing. I almost said a curse word there. A lot of this earth energy. This is a lot better than I started out kind of thinking it would be. Let's look at our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is just one card that we're going to select at random. We'll just take that one. We'll put our frog friend right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. Hopefully, it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. Okay? So let's look at this now. Now, the only major arcana we have is the Hierophant. And this is in the position of your general energy. I think you maybe are going to start feeling like you're kind of a bit of a mentor to someone. Maybe you have this vibe kind of that's building up in you. I don't know if you feel it right now, because I think we're over here now. But coming in the future, I think, is this sense of really being someone that has a lot to offer other people, right? Kind of like a mentor, kind of like a teacher. You have a lot to offer others, and we see a lot of others. We have 1, 2, 3 court cards here, 2 of which are this air energy. I feel like we're trying to take someone under our wing, so to speak. But let's start over here maybe with the 4 of Swords. TT, the cat, wants to come and hang out with us for a minute. Let me see. Whoops, see? Well, she doesn't want to jump up here just yet. She will, though. 4 of Swords, anyway. We're looking for a balanced situation. We're looking to resolve any kind of issue. There seems like maybe an air sign person, someone younger than you, that I feel like this is kind of a keep your enemies close situation, right? Where we almost feel like we have to just welcome this person in. We have to kind of guide them, right? We want to keep them close so that we can make sure they stay out of trouble, right? We can kind of push them in the right direction, so to speak. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on. I feel like you're trying to think of the best way to resolve some sort of issue, disagreement, maybe a family member, maybe a coworker, maybe somebody in your class or at school, university, someone in a community organization, or anyone. You don't want to leave them to their own devices, right? You don't want to just kind of distance yourself from them and let them do their thing. No, you feel like if I just kind of take this person in, keep them close to me, I can kind of guide them in the right direction, and that's going to be better for everyone, right? You have this idea of community and cooperation. See, we've got a 6 of discs up here at the top. You're not just looking to make your own life easier. I think you want this sense of cooperation. Now, this could be a work thing. I think this is someone that you have to be around them, right? So why not kind of be friendly with them, be welcoming, be accepting of them, and try to guide them in the right way, right? Try to nudge them toward proper behavior or the right way of doing their job, or just a different way of experiencing this situation. It kind of feels like a work thing to me, you know? And we basically want everybody to just do their work, take care of their responsibilities. We don't want a lot of infighting, bickering. We don't want a lot of gossip. We don't want there to be arguments and disagreements. We want harmony. We really want a 6 of Pentacles. This is at the top of the path of the dove. This is what we aspire to. And this is like, oh, if I could have my way, if things could be perfect, this is what it would look like. This card's radiant, beautiful card. Well, we can have that. We sure can. The first step, I think, is to figure out what we want exactly. Like be very clear with the situation, because we don't want to get into a mess with the rest of this air energy. This is kind of what we don't want, and it's more air. We have enough of it, right? We don't want to seem like we are, how do I describe this feeling? We don't want to feel like we are the center of things. We don't want everybody to come to us with their problems, their issues, their disagreements. We don't want to attract all of the misfits and degenerates around us, right? We want to stop this situation. We want there to be a solution, but we don't necessarily want to be the one that makes the decision, that then kind of forces us into a leadership role, right? And which is interesting, because we do see down here these two, the Hierophant, the 2 of Wands. We have this underlying drive to be in charge, to make decisions, to get our way, but we don't want to be the active leader, right? We want to just kind of stay behind the scenes, and we want to be like a silent partner. We want to call the shots maybe, but we don't want to be the one that has to be out in the open, out in front of everyone. I'm almost wondering if we're going to get a hermit energy here. A lot of the time with Capricorn, we get that hermit energy, you know. And I think that it is this energy that we're building around ourselves for the last several readings, where we have this confidence, we have this assertiveness, we have a very strong belief in ourselves and our own abilities, our own leadership, our knowledge, our intelligence, our radiance. We have this solar nature, but we don't like to be out in the middle of everything. We don't want to be out in front. We'd rather be kind of in the background. So I see this hermit struggling to kind of step into a Hierophant role. You know, the Hierophant is the hermit that now has some disciples, right? Has some students around them. It's not really, it's not necessarily what I want to do. I'm not someone who wants to be center stage. I don't want the spotlight to be on me. But people can't help but be attracted to you, to your wisdom, to your knowledge, to your advice. So that's why we've got this Knight of Swords, Fire of Air, in this position of what we don't want. This is people swooping in, rushing in like a moth to a flame to come and drink from your well, to hear you speak, to ask your opinion, ask your advice. You've kind of become an unofficial leader of all of this, and that's not what you wanted, right? You wanted this leadership, this decision-making to be kind of in the background, maybe, again, to subtly welcome this air energy in and just influence them in a more subtle way to make their own decisions, to do things their way in a harmonious way. So that all you want is this. You want to succeed. You want everybody to do their work. You want things to improve, right? But you don't want to be at the center of this. Yeah. So I see there's this struggle here with you. How do we achieve this, but also keep ourselves kind of out of the limelight? Once you're in the spotlight, then you're kind of an easy target, right? You just want to kind of blend in. It's very, very Taoist vibe right now with you. But we have all of this air energy to deal with. And again, what started this tangent was the Seven of Swords. And this is really understanding what we want and figuring out a plan of how do we get to this, how do we resolve this issue so that we can get to our Six of Pentacles in the best way without having to really step into this leadership role, without putting ourselves out in front as the symbol of this group, or as the, in the spotlight there. So this is some strategy that needs to take place. I think the Seven of Swords used to be a bit of hopelessness. I think it used to be this idea that there was just, I can't figure out the right way to go forward, right? We think we're on that central sword, and then there are these other paths, or these other little smaller daggers, and those symbolize alternatives. Maybe this path is better. It's like I can't figure out the exact right path to take to get to where I'm going. So I feel like there was almost this idea of just giving. I just don't care. I'm just going to give up. But for whatever reason, you're not. And I don't know exactly what that is. I think we're being motivated to keep trying to find a solution to this, whatever this disharmony is. Could be something in the family. Could be something at work. Could be in a group of friends. Could be between you and your significant other. I don't know. We're trying to find the simplest and easiest way to resolve this without looking like we're taking charge, I think we're being driven, we're being motivated by this water energy. We're being motivated by how good things could be, by the beauty and joy and harmony that we could have in our lives. Not just the physical success. We want everything to get back on track. We want things to get into their routine and start succeeding, right? Well, yes, we want this, but what's really motivating us is this idea of love and affection and really positive feelings. Because I don't think we've really been experiencing a lot of that. I think some of our cups have been drying up, We've been losing a little bit of this good, holy water. We need to replenish it. So I feel like we're losing a little bit of our optimism, a little bit of our joy and satisfaction, a little bit of our purpose in life, the significance, the celebration that we feel, the real excitement, when you wake up in the morning, you just can't wait to get up and get started with your day. I feel like those days are getting less and less, But the idea of resolving this situation, getting back to at least the harmonious, rhythmic work of things, right? Get everything into that flow and routine again, that perhaps that will generate that good, excited, joyous, blissful feeling again. This is what we're really after. Yeah, we want the harmony, we want the rhythm, we want this to be materially, domestically, physically successful, right? We want our household to run efficiently and harmoniously, but we want to feel something too. We want the significance back in our lives. This is what's really motivating us to sort these conflicts out. And I don't know who, it feels like it's an air sign person. But maybe not. It might not be. But I feel like there is a lot of issues, a lot of confusion. This card doesn't know. Looking at this card, you don't even know which way is up or down. You don't know what it's supposed to be. This card's very confused, right? It's not very clear. It's not very well defined. The lines are a little bit fuzzy. We don't know what's what. We're looking to get to the heart of the matter, to figure it out. Maybe this is really not about so much resolving this conflict or this beef that we have with someone or between themselves or whatever's going on. Maybe this is us trying to figure out why we're losing this holy water, right? Maybe we're trying to get to the heart of the matter by resolving this conflict, by figuring out this disconnect between the people involved. Maybe what we're really looking for is to penetrate into ourselves to find out why we don't feel this joy like we used to. Because that's what we really want, right? All right, moving to the path of the serpent now. I feel like the way forward is finding out how to get this joy back, how to bring that joy and love back in our lives, that real bliss, significance. And this is what we're working on here. This is what we're working toward. And I think we're growing into this idea. It's growing on us, perhaps. This Hierophant. Going from hermit to Hierophant, right? The Hierophant now is maybe somebody who has done enough of that hermit work, the introspection. And maybe the hermit work is kind of what we're talking about here on the path of the dove, finding out why we're missing this connection, this Three of Cups, why it doesn't really seem to be there so much like it used to. Maybe that's the hermit work. And now the Hierophant, again, the Hierophant is the hermit who has now gained this wisdom and wants to extend it to others, wants to teach it, wants to be a source of light for others, right? So it could be that's part of how we get this water energy back. Maybe you're realizing the personal benefit, your own spiritual benefits, your emotional benefits, what you gain out of giving of this light to others, right? Maybe this is something like teaching, motivational speaking. Maybe this is something where you're sharing of yourself with others. You're extending your wisdom and knowledge to others. Maybe this is something that generates joy for you. Maybe you're learning through this whole kind of conflict resolution thing that we were talking about. Maybe you're learning that it is something that you're really good at, and it is something that you find incredibly rewarding. Doesn't mean you have to go and do it professionally, but somehow to incorporate that energy into your life to start filling these cups back up. See, we want to take these three, this joy that we feel in our activities, and we want to start filling up ourselves. We want to really have this as a fountain of joy and bliss and love and affection. This is what we're really working toward. So maybe it does kind of start with this Hierophant energy. Maybe we're learning how to use our natural resources, our own innate talents and skills, and everything that we've learned, everything that we've built, all of our experiences that we've had. Maybe it's time for us to embrace this kind of Taurus energy. This is Taurus here. This is Taurus here. Maybe this is an idea here that it's it's time for you to do that kind of work that maybe we've been reluctant. Maybe we wanted to keep our leadership kind of, behind the scenes. Well, maybe it's time to just push forward. I don't know why there's this feeling of trying to stay back. We don't want to be exposed. We don't want to be out there. It makes sense. But maybe it's time for you to just not worry so much about that and just push forward, do the work. Right? You have a lot to offer people. Something to do with this air energy. You do have a lot to offer. And maybe it's through this kind of transmission that you will achieve this bliss, this happiness, this meaning and significance that you're after. And the Hierophant could be something spiritual, it could be something religious, it could be participation in a church, a temple, a lodge, an order, right? It could be, it could just be something as simple as, organizing a prayer group or a study group, participating in any kind of, a meetup or something with people with similar interests. Maybe this is you organizing something like that. Right? Not telling other people to go do it. Why don't you just start one? Something along these lines, I think, is where you're going to find a tremendous amount of satisfaction and reward. It doesn't mean that you have to shift careers. Doesn't mean that you have to stop doing what you're doing now. Because again, we want a kind of ordered, we want a routine and rhythmic flow of life, right? So keep this. This is good. This is really good. But perhaps add this, or add to this other earth energy. These other practical things that you can do based on what you already know about yourself, what you're already good at, all of the experiences that you've had that are growing into wisdom, all of your natural kind of innate talents and skills, and take the initiative now to just push forward with these. I feel like you're very good at this sort of thing, but there's a reluctance. You just kind of are. You don't want to. It's just, I don't know if there's a little bit of shyness going on or what it is, or a little bit of lack of confidence in ourselves or something. This is really strong decision-making, strong leadership skills, but it's beneath the surface. So let's bring it forward, right? I feel like there's something that you're good at, but you're just kind of a little bit timid to go forward with it. Let's look at the mystery card. I almost forgot about the mystery card. I was getting ready to say our goodbyes, but we didn't look at the mystery card here. Thank you, Frog, for your assistance today. Oh dear. I want to see something that's showing this fire energy kind of asserting itself out in the world. Maybe a 6 of Wands, right? A 9 of Wands. Maybe an Emperor. An Emperor would be, a Judgment would be good too in this situation. Showing that, whether we're scared or timid or not, we're doing this, The opportunity's here. And maybe this air energy, this conflict that we're kind of in the middle of, maybe that is just the outward situation that will convince us that it's time for us to make this next move. Yeah. Well, we've got an Ace of Wands. New beginnings. A new wave, a new creative force emanating from you. This 2 of Wands, this was even this kind of, I want to do it, but I'm kind of nervous. And now it's like, it's time to begin. Let's begin this new path. You don't have to throw away your other paths, right? That earth path is still there. The Six of Pentacles is still a thing. You don't have to disrupt your life. It's not a Tower card. But let's begin this journey now with confidence, with gusto, with enlightened consciousness, with creativity, with ambition, with enthusiasm. So whatever it is, I'm having trouble pinpointing it exactly, but it's something about sharing this light, sharing this creative energy, sharing your spirit with others. That's where you're really going to generate this positivity, this joy, bliss, this significance, this meaning, this sense of purpose. Through sharing your light, sharing your gifts with the world. So let's start thinking about this. Let's start working on this. It's not time to be shy or timid or be in the background. It's time to go forward. Yeah. Very excited for you. I think this is going to be really, really great. We are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, Capricorn, click on the link in the corner. That will give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Capricorn, but for every sign. New readings come out every day at 6 a.m. Chicago time, so please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss your next reading, okay? I want to thank you so much for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.